Welcome to a Dirt Road Roundtable Drive. We're scouting this section of dirt road. It's about a 30-mile length that takes you over a pass into Silverton. And the reason is because there has been Bigfoot sightings on this. As a matter of fact, two women, a woman and her adult daughter, reported seeing Bigfoot off of this road closer to Silverton. We're on like a 30-mile stretch of dirt road. So we thought we'd scout the area out. And you guys watch the woods on either side, or help us watch. We can only see one side or the other at a time. So if you guys see something Bigfoot shaped moving around in the woods, let us know. Just tell us the timestamp and what side of the road it's on.
Gosh, look how massive those mountains are up there.
Yep, if Bigfoot's indeed a ridge walker, there's plenty of high ridges here for him. Yeah, Jenny and I had a base camp in Silverton one year for a week. We did it right after that Bigfoot sighting report I was telling you guys about. And it happened close to a ghost town. The way I perceived the report, they were on some switchbacks on the dirt road above that ghost town called RMSO Forks. And then, of course, motorists on the paved road around Silverton. A lot of people have come forward and said that they've seen it on the side of the road or crossing the road. It usually takes a good handful or a history of unrelated Bigfoot sighting reports to get us into an area. And that's what brought us here. Plus, Colorado is the #1 reported Bigfoot sighting spot in the Rocky Mountains. That's the United States and Canada. More Bigfoot sighting reports come out of here than anywhere else in the Rockies.
I wonder if they're taking pictures.
If they see an animal, they're filming a Squatch. They might just be getting scenery. I don't see any deer or elk or anything. But you know what? You sit by the water long enough, the animals start coming in for a drink as it gets later in the day.
It's probably a moose spot.
It looks like a good black bear spot too. Jenny and I aren't used to seeing other photographers when you get outside of the tourist traps or the national parks. We see them all over those places, but when you get into more remote places like this, you rarely see photographers. It's just us out here getting footage for the sighting reports. We like to scan tree lines and ridge lines and water spots for that once in a lifetime opportunity to film a Bigfoot, and then all the other animals in the area. Looks like this road zigzags in and out of private land and public land. It's just like that on the other side where the sighting report happened. Wow, there's on the left side is just total moose territory.
Yeah. That's over there is mountain lion and goat.
Here, I'm going to angle the camera that way a little bit for you guys. I mean, look out there. There's marshy, the river like splits up and just goes all through that. And then look at the size of the willows and the vegetation in there. 9 foot, 12 foot tall. People are like, how does Bigfoot stay hidden? Well, this type of stuff, I have walked right up on a moose before and not seen that giant creature, because it's easy for them just to melt right into this stuff. You got to be careful when you're in that not to run into a foraging bear or a moose. And a lot of times in the spring, we get Bigfoot sighting reports, people that come face to face with Bigfoot and stuff like that. So whatever the bear and the moose are there for, it sounds like the Bigfoot likes the same stuff. I've heard that.
Stop.
Yes.
I take a picture.
I've heard that the willow shoots are really tender in the spring.
Stop. Go forward.
Okay.
Stop.
I'm getting a picture of that waterfall. Oh, I see that now.
Thank you.
Got it. These roundtable drives are our form of a podcast, and you guys get to see the beauty of the larger area where these Bigfoot sightings happen. The higher up we get, the nastier this road will probably get.
Yeah, that sign back there just said no trailers or motorhomes.
Oh, I should have grabbed the fresh water that last place we hiked around.
Ooh, we're sliding.
Jenny don't like washboard. When she was in high school, she went off the side of a cliff on a washboard dirt road. The car just kind of skipped off the side and rolled off a cliff.
Not fun.
Yep. Lucky Jenny's here with us today. I've been up to Farmington Peak before, and that cliff off to the side, there isn't very many trees at all. I mean, hardly any at all. And it's like the only 2 trees off the side of that cliff caught the car upside down that they were in. She wasn't driving, by the way. She's a better stunt driver than that. But yeah, it caught and cradled the car they were in, and they were able to crawl out the window on top of the bottom of the car, and some other people that were behind them that saw them go off were able to help them get up off of that cliff. I mean, it don't get any crazier than that. So yeah, when we get on this washboardy stuff with a straight off on one side, Jenny gets really nervous, and I don't blame her.
I want a picture of that.
There's a car behind us. I'll pull off right here.
Okay. See?
Oh yeah, let's get out for a second and look around.
Okay. Maybe you should put it in your
4-wheel drive rock crawl. I'll let this guy go across first. Like 4 low.
just something so we have some grip.
Yeah, it's time. I'm gonna put it in low. I doubt we're gonna get too much out of second gear and all that. Yeah, I scanned some pretty good cliff tree lines and stuff over there. My uncles and dad and all that growing up taught me where to scan for deer and elk with binoculars. So now I do that with a camera. Figure if deer and elk like hanging out in those places, why not Bigfoot? Yeah, that was definitely, you wanted all 4 tires going on that section. Wow, there's some cool waterfalls and stuff over there. We're close to the San Juan Mountains too, and there's a lot of interesting Bigfoot sightings in those mountains. A lot of backpackers on some of those remote trails have reported run-ins with the creature.
I can't believe somebody made a road through here. It is steep.
Yeah, my grandpa made a lot of the roads around here. When I'm on some of this crazy stuff, I wonder, was he involved in building this? Yeah, my grandpa started with the family's road construction business. He started in 6th grade. Up until he was like 62 years old. And they built a lot of roads in Colorado, Idaho, Utah, and Wyoming. But his family's business was headquartered here in near Boulder, Colorado. So I know when I was a little kid and used to go visit him at his construction sites, it was usually Colorado my grandma would take me to. Yep, we'd go visit him and he would take a weekend off and take us fishing and stuff.
Can you take a picture from...
I'm gonna jump out and take a couple real quick.
Okay.
I don't think they want the road smooth on stuff like this to keep the speeds down.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't care about their vehicles and still go crazy on this, but I don't. I'm allergic to falling off. Wow, this is just crazy. Beautiful, rugged, remote.
It's really steep.
There's this stereotype that you have to be in the most remote spot in the world to find Bigfoot. But I would like to beg to differ, because most of the Bigfoot sightings are just right off a road. It may be a crazy dirt road like this one.
There's pyrite everywhere here. Everything is sparkling.
Yeah, there's a lot of Bigfoot sighting reports that we show up to, and it's just right outside of a mountain town, right outside of a camp area. And then other times we end up in really remote spots, and it's like, whoa, could you guys please have your Bigfoot sightings in places that are more convenient for us to get to? That would be great. It's just amazing.
I know, it's pretty. And there's caves all over there.
I know, just nuts. That peak is huge. I had to zoom in on that structure. There's a structure-looking thing across the way. There was so much mining that went on here the beginning of last century, before World War II, that sometimes I'll find a structure and I'll zoom in on it and won't be able to tell what it is until I get it home on a full-size monitor, and then I'm like, oh my heck, that's a old mine shaft. All the logs and stuff for the opening or whatever. But that also equals a cave for bare potential Bigfoot. There's this lodge that Jenny and I have stayed at a couple of times in the Salmon, Idaho area. It's on public property a little ways down the road from the lodge, but every time you go there, he always suggests, hey, blah blah blah, there's this old gold mine, you can walk back in there inside the tunnel a couple 100 feet, blah blah blah. He always gives that as a point of interest and encourages people to do it. And the second time Jenny and I went there, he's like, yeah, I told some people to go in there, and they went back in there, and there was another animal with them, so they left, and out comes a bear.
Back up.
What do you see?
Back up. Look at that old walking bridge. That's crazy. What is that?
Yeah, it's an old walking bridge that's fallen apart.
Me?
Yeah, I'll bet you it spanned this before they built this road.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it is falling apart. There's only a couple of slats left on the cables or the ropes.
That's just crazy. I guess when there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, in the hunt for gold, people did whatever it took.
That's just crazy sauce.
So anyways, now he tells people about it and be careful because some people he sent down there ran into a black bear. Oh, there's more slats you can see right here. It's making my head spin looking down there. Holy cow. It's a long ways down. Straight down. Definitely don't want to go off the road here. I just don't think your magic will work twice.
No, I don't think so.
Besides, I don't want my car being cradled by a couple of trees off a cliff. Beautiful. I'm watching all the clearings and ridge lines for Bigfoot shapes, cliff ledges, and I'm watching the road.
That's good. The road.
There's not much road to watch.
No, if there's another car coming, it's not going to be fun.
No. Yeah, if you see one way up ahead, let me know so we can prepare for it.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. I do not like it when they get that narrow. Whoa. Straight down to certain death. Something's got my allergies going. It's probably the dust that we're kicking up. Oh, everything's blooming right now too. Winter comes last on the mountaintops. I mean, not winter, spring comes last on the mountaintops, but it does eventually come. Yeah, we're up about 11,000 feet and climbing. Actually, I'll get a readout. Oh, we're exactly 10,000 feet.
These mountains are steep. I mean, tall, because if we're already at 10, it's like
Yeah.
we're only halfway up.
Oh my gosh. This is just scary. Takes my breath away, and when I get a glance at down there, I just do not want to go down there. Please. Oh, I can't believe those little Subarus made it over this pass. Those guys are nuts.
Yep, that's the car I want. It's those little cross treks. I think they're cool.
Is that what the last one we saw was, a cross track? Yeah, that gave me a little confidence when we seen it go by. I'm like, okay, we got more clearance than they do. A lot more clearance than they do. This is not fun.
You don't think?
It's making my butt pucker.
Oh.
It's scary to me. That's good though. I'd rather be scared and safe than...
Oh yeah, that's steep.
Oh,
Just
where
stay,
are...
just stay on this side.
Well, I'm trying. What really worries me is having to come face to face with someone up here and one of us having to back up on this. That's what makes me the most nervous. Because I don't want to be the one that has to back up. Don't want to test my backing skills like that. Or lack thereof. The adrenaline's pumping in my head.
That was a little skinny spot. It's better here.
There is a video of a Jeep
Oh my gosh.
with a dash cam driving up over the... it's over by Telluride, a dirt road pass there. And all of a sudden, this Jeep goes rolling down the mountain past them and just barely misses them.
The front of their Jeep.
Otherwise, it would have taken them with them. I guess what happened is someone parked their Jeep on the switchback above them, and he had to get out for some reason, probably to go to the bathroom, and it was his girlfriend or wife in the passenger seat.
And their dog.
Uh-huh. The Jeep started to roll and then went off the hill. She dislocated her shoulder, but she survived. Oh.
Yeah, but I mean, we've been on those switchback roads and we've seen how steep they are.
She's lucky to be alive.
Mm-hmm. And we've had to pass people on those roads, and it is nuts. Here comes a car. Back up.
They can fit right here.
Hey, that worked right out.
Good spot. Oh, and another Subaru.
Lots of people in Colorado drive Subarus.
Brody says it's the Colorado state car. Brody's from Colorado, by the way. He's one of the 4 core members of RMSO. Yeah, he was Bigfooting with us last week. Well, last week. 3 days ago. Yep. We had a 4-day weekend and took 3 days off of Bigfooting, and now we're doing another 4-day weekend. We're on our busy season of searching for Sasquatch Bigfoot sighting locations. Last week was really scary. We come up on a grizzly bear last week. We didn't see him, but we could smell him and see his fresh tracks through the water and still wet on the other side. That's how fresh, and it was like a 70-degree day. So those wet tracks on the other side ain't gonna last, ain't gonna stay wet too long. So it was right there. His hind paw was 12 inches long, and this is not including his claws.
No, that was his toes.
This is the toes to heel, 12 inches long, and he was 7 inches wide at the widest part of the pad. The average inland grizzly bear, adult male grizzly bear, 11 inches long by 6 inches wide, so he was bigger than average. And once we realized how fresh it was, we were done with the area. None of us, even though we were armed, we did not want to be on the ground with a grizzly that close.
We don't want to get hurt. We don't want to hurt it.
As a matter of fact, right before we started finding his tracks, I heard something up ahead of us, moving away from us, not very fast either, and if I don't see what it is, I just blame it on a deer. And then after we found how fresh the tracks were, and he even pooped in the trail, or the animal trail, which is usually a communication. But yeah, we didn't want to be there no more after that. We're looking for Sasquatch, not a confrontation with the grizzly bear. He was headed away from us, and he was also going in the direction we wanted to go. And we weren't gonna put any more pressure on him and piss him off. Grizzly bears already have an ornery disposition. You don't need to go out of your way to piss them off. And there's a lot of people that will have loaded guns in their hands and still get killed by grizzly bears without getting a shot off.
Oh, look at this is a
wow.
Look at this is a avalanche area. Look, all the trees bent over and all the rocks, and
it's a rock slide area too.
Mhm.
Will you hand me that camera?
Mhm.
Let me get right up here. Whoa.
Oh yeah, that slid all the way from the top up there.
Beautiful. Oh. I got a backing camera. Another Subaru, 3 in a row. Colorado state car. Look how narrow that is.
Yeah, it's another washout.
They have to do a lot of work to keep this thing open.
Mhm.
My grandpa drove a D9 dozer, D9 cat, and he was usually the first one to make the first cut on the mountainside when they were building a road. And I don't know how he did it. He's a lot braver than I am because I'm on a finished road and it makes me squeamish.
Ah.
What?
There was a...
Marmoset?
Yeah, he got smooshed.
Oh. Yeah, one time when my grandma took me to visit him during the summertime, because the summer is the busiest time for road construction crews. But yeah, he was making a fresh cut on a mountain and my grandma kept on gasping like I have been on different parts of this drive. But he was up there on his cat making a cut. Continuously on one side of the cat, he would have half of his tread hanging off the edge of a cliff and stuff. I just don't know how that guy did that job for 50 years without getting seriously injured or killed. It's amazing what those dozers can do with someone that knows how to drive them. My grandpa spent a lot of time in areas like this making roads, and he's the type of person that even if he saw Bigfoot, he would never admit it. He just comes from that generation where it's nobody's business, won't talk about it. And of course I asked. That's my grandpa on my dad's, on my mom's side. On my dad's side, that grandpa admitted about his Bigfoot sighting at Mount St. Helens in the 1930s.
That's the next place we're headed.
Yeah, that's our next expedition. That'll be our third major expedition this month alone.
Mm-hmm.
I consider it a major expedition if we're out there 4 nights or more.
Woo, here's another.
Yeah, last week was a 4-nighter. This is a 4-nighter. The one in a couple of weeks will be a 5-nighter. Wow. I have that camera. I want to zoom in on that cave.
Here comes somebody.
Behind us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's less anxiety than someone coming head on.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Subaru. No, it's a Honda Pilot. I should have let some air out of my tires.
Mm-hmm.
The last time I had my tires rotated, they put 40 pounds in them. And they usually put 35. Yeah, when you go off-road, you want your tires softer so that they don't puncture by rocks as easy. So they suggest that you take a few pounds of air out of your tires.
We have had... Oh, there's one that's alive!
There's a yellow belly marmoset. And in Utah, we like to call them rock chucks, affectionately.
Oh, they're so cute. Move, dude!
Must be something yummy there. Because he doesn't care.
Let's go.
He's on camera. I hope the camera's getting him. Could you see him in the frame on the camera? He'll get out of the way. I won't run over him. I hope you guys can see the yellow belly marmoset. He's... Come on, guy. Did he run? Well, I'm straddling him if he's still there. No, he's still in front of us. He's running up ahead of us. He's rather bold. Look at him.
Little stinker. Get off the street.
He's got some good color and pretty bushy. Man, fearless. Jenny and I come up on a couple of rattlesnakes fighting out by the river in No Return. They wouldn't get out of the way for us. We sat and filmed and took pictures of them fighting for about 10 minutes. and we could not get them to leave the road, and we had to straddle them to keep from running over them so we could keep going the way we wanted to. And after we straddled them and went past them, they were still there. It didn't even faze them that a car went over the top of them. I know we got down into town and was gassing up a few hours after that. The service station owner, I told him about it, and he's like, "You kill them?" I'm like, "No, is that even legal?" And he's like, "I don't care what it is. You see rattlesnakes, you kill them." So he was upset with me that I didn't run them over, but I don't know. They wasn't anywhere near a homes or a ranch or anything like that, so I just thought it was bad karma to hurt them. I let nature be.
Oh wow, now we're down in the valley.
I know, I wonder if that's the only pass, or if we're gonna go over another one.
I know this is called Cinnamon Pass.
That's the major pass. I hope that was it, because man, that had my anxiety, and
I know, I feel like I have lockjaw now from gritting my teeth.
yeah, I got a dull headache from the adrenaline rush.
Oh, look at those big beaver ponds.
There's a lot of sighting reports around beaver ponds, not to mention bears and moose hang out around them. Yeah, the habitat that beaver create, a lot of animals like it. I know in Utah the cutthroat trout like to spawn in beaver pond areas.
There he is, right there.
The beaver?
Yeah.
Oh, I see him swimming. He's carrying stuff. I'll film him.
Oh, there's another one right here. Oh wow, yours is carrying a bush. This one over here isn't carrying nothing. He's gone. Oh, and he went under.
Yep, he's going into his lodge. He just went under right by his lodge.
That's so cool.
Cool, I can cut that into this for
Okay.
the viewers.
The other one's right there. Right there. Behind your mirror.
I see his wake. I just don't see him.
Right there.
Oh, I see him. He's going up that little,
That
little
tributary thing.
that little creek thingy.
That's amazing. 2 beavers.
They're not going any faster than we are.
Oh,
Look.
there goes another rock, Chuck. Oh, there's 2. Oh. They're so funny. Oh, go, dude.
I remember the last time we went to Silverton, we saw a lot of marmosets.
Yep, they like it here.
It's a big meal if a bear or a squatch can get one. I mean, some of those marmosets look like they get 20, 30 pounds. The big ones. A beaver's a big meal too.
I can't believe there were 2 right there swimming around.
Yep.
And I've never seen one carrying sticks and leaves and stuff like that.
What about that beaver we almost ran over up by Monte Cristo that was dragging the log across the road?
Yeah.
That was a big log. That would take a car out.
Yeah, it
Some
was.
flat tires and stuff. We're lucky we saw him. Yep, and then he left his log in the road and went scurrying down to the creek because we drove up on him. That was a big, heavy log he was dragging across the road, too.
Yep.
Fun scouting around Bigfoot sighting areas to see the habitat and the terrain and the animals. Does Bigfoot like the same things those animals do, or does Bigfoot like those animals? Well, someone's got one of them truck top campers or whatever, tents. Makes it a challenge for the bear to get you.
Yep.
Psychologically, it makes you feel more safe. Get up off the ground. I think you're right. I think this is the other side. I see a building coming up. Cabin or something. This is bad.
Get her out of my brains out of my head.
I know. Sometimes when we get done with these types of drives, my head's buzzing from all the vibration and throwing me around, rattling my brain.
Oh, got a party.
Like a major campsite going on here. That guy's enjoying a sandwich. The time of day. Dinner time.
Grizzly Gulch. Silver Creek Trail.
I've been to Grizzly Gulch in Montana.
That's right. That's why it sounds familiar.
Mm-hmm. I think it's my first time in Grizzly Gulch, Colorado, though. There's an old ghost town structure.
That's neat.
Old homestead.
What does that say?
They don't want you camping in these structures.
Oh.
They don't want you camping within 150 feet of these structures. Neat timber structures. Some crazy person homesteaded here 100 years ago, it looks like. Only reason I'm calling them crazy is because I know how harsh the winters are here.
Not only that, but just to get here.
Yeah, to get here in the day and age of a vehicle and a road they maintain. Camping spot that's horse friendly. Oh, sorry. I don't mean to hit those like that. Probably an old trapper's cabin or prospector that was back there.
That's what I think.
Because I don't think you're going to grow very much of a garden back here. 3-month growing season, maybe.
That marker was correct. We are halfway.
Okay. I'm just happy we don't have to go back over that pass. Look how deep the snow gets here. They put sticks on the road markers so snowmobilers don't get lost. They can find their way in and out. Plus, you want to be, no matter how deep the snow is, you want to be driving over the road. You don't want to be driving over the river.
And go, whoop,
Yeah.
fall in.
Small waterfall, but it's pretty. You know, one of these days we're just going to come right out into one of these clearings and the Sasquatch is going to be standing there because he's going over to get a drink. Something. I've gotten lucky twice. I just haven't got him on film yet. Not clear enough to make me satisfied. I don't know how those low Subarus make it over that stuff.
They go like over that and sideways.
They probably scrape bottom. Just because they made it doesn't mean they didn't scrape bottom.
That's right.
I know all about scraping bottom. I've done it in all my vehicles. I've taken all my vehicles in places they shouldn't.
I would have done this in my 20s in a Geo Metro.
Those Geo Metros just go.
I know they do. And they have such a narrow wheelbase.
Yeah.
That you can you can do things in that is more like a four-wheeler instead of a car.
Well, way back when I had my Jeep Liberty, it had such a narrow wheelbase I could take it down four-wheeler roads that most normal vehicles couldn't go down because they were too wide. That would fit down them. I see more old homestead structures here. Wow, that adrenaline rush going over that pass upset my stomach. Oh, bad.
I didn't have to be as nervous as you because I was not responsible.
Yeah.
I just was.
What was bothering me is when there was only like a half a foot between my tires and the road and the cliff going off on the left.
No,
I I don't want to be that final card that makes the road go.
No.
It's crazy. I've never seen the mountains on this side of the Silverton Range.
No, me neither. I didn't even know we could get in from this side until today.
No. That's why you got to get out there and scout around. You don't know until you know.
That's right.
I'll put out these sighting reports on our blog. I have assumptions about the area, the person's sighting report, this and that, and people will comment on the blog and they assume a bunch of stuff, which is fine. You know, you can only go off of what you're reading and where they're telling you they're at. But then you get into the area where their sighting happened, and it's usually a whole different case of what you were picturing in your mind. Yeah, I really like visiting the spots, because I feel like that's increasing my chance of seeing a Bigfoot, is going to the places people see them. Yeah, it took me about 10 years of doing this seriously before I finally had my own sighting, and I've had two, and neither of them I was able to catch it on camera. My first sighting lasted about 10 seconds, and by the time we got the car stopped and I got out with the camera on, it was gone. And the second one lasted about 2 seconds, and that was in the rear view mirror. So I don't make a big deal out of it because my job's to get it on camera. So
I haven't seen it at all.
Unless that's what you guys were seeing in the Manor Lands.
Well, that's what I
Almost,
mean.
what, 30 years ago?
I didn't see anything. I saw a shadow. Not Bigfoot.
Right. I agree. Yeah, I never considered it a sighting till I saw it open and clear enough to not be mistaken. And then then my mind was still trying to blame it on other stuff. The one in Indian Canyon was at least 9 feet tall or bigger, so it was really hard to blame it on something else. But my mind wanted to blame it on something else.
Oh, there's some old miner stuff.
Mm-hmm. This is starting to look familiar. We might have come in this far from Silverton in the past. I don't know. Lots of mines look the same though.
Crack down the middle of that mountain is huge.
Mm-hmm. A fault line. Old mining cabin.
Getting cold out there. Oh, there is a blue bird. Hold still. Look over here. A blue bird is the color of the sky.
Yeah, there's a cold wind out there.
Mm-hmm. Please don't snow.
Even the paved roads in Silverton are scary.
I know. And I'm like thinking we're probably gonna hit that really scary spot in the dark.
Yeah, that time that we spent a week in Silverton, we were telling that lady in the store, we were like, oh my gosh, you guys' roads are so scary. How come there's no guardrails? And she says, they get in the way of the snow plows, so they don't put up guardrails. And we're like, oh my gosh, these roads are so scary. Jenny was begging me to drive, and I didn't, I wanted control of the car because it's so scary. And that lady in the store is saying, yep, there's been a lot of divorces because of the driving condition here. But I totally understood Jenny, like, please let me drive because it's so scary that you want the confidence of yourself keeping the car on the road. I know, I look at those roads in the summertime, and I'm like, in the wintertime when you're having to drive them with snow and ice, and I don't want to live in Silverton. It's nice to visit, but I wouldn't want to live here.
No, I'd become a shut-in.
Yeah.
I'd be like, well, I guess it's here till the springtime.
Are the roads dry?
Mm-hmm. Nope.
Okay, none of this looks familiar. I don't think we've been back here. I think I would remember that mountain line. Or we haven't been back this far anyway. Before we got off on this dirt road, I saw one of those still Bigfoot cutout signs that was about 8 feet tall in someone's front yard, a cabin. And I was like, look, a Bigfoot, Jenny. And we're checking it out, and then Jenny points out, yeah, and aliens. They had some cutouts of like 3 or 4 aliens and standing in front of their downed spacecraft. They were flat cutouts pointed at the road too.
They're cute.
So that yard had it all covered. Wow, there's some caves. Thawing waterfalls.
There's a deer.
Oh yeah. I don't know if the dash cam can see him. He's on the right side of the bush on the side of the road there up on the hill. Or she. It's a doe. Now we're making her nervous. She knows we're watching her.
Yeah.
Late in the day and it's cooled down, they're gonna start moving around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember the last time we were here, there was no lack of deer. We
No.
saw plenty.
Mm-hmm.
Look, there's something running and jumping over there. I wonder if it's somebody's
It's
dog.
a dog.
Okay.
It's actually a Jack Russell Terrier.
No, it seems really happy and jumpy.
There's a lady.
Okay.
It's
Taking her dog out for a walk.
It's a Jasper dog.
He's happy to be out.
Mm-hmm.
The river goes right through the road.
Oh yeah, this is from the waterfall.
Wash my tires and brakes.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping we would find some mud.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody out fishing. I'll tell you guys what, these people in Colorado really like their outdoor activities. We go out on some of the most remote dirt roads and we always run into people in Colorado. It's hard to go anywhere without seeing other people. I think people move here for the outdoor activities.
Mm-hmm. I would.
Where we're from, Utah, we can sometimes go somewhere for 2 or 3 days without seeing another vehicle or another person.
Mm-hmm.
That may be the reason why there's the most Bigfoot sightings in this state, in all of the Rockies, is because there's 2 criteria for a Bigfoot sighting. There's got to be a Bigfoot and there's got to be a person to see it. And I think there's plenty of people in the off-roads, in the backcountry, to make that happen in Colorado. Damn, I don't like those bumps that throw us side to side. Those are the ones that give you whiplash, throw your neck out. back in our early years of seriously bigfooting, when I'd throw my neck out or I'd throw my back out, I'd always blame it on my backpack. And then I really went minimal with my backpack. I got rid of half the weight. Just the bare necessities, emergency stuff, whatever. I was still throwing my neck and back out, and I think it's the dirt road drives in and out that contributes to that also. I did quit getting lower back injuries, knock on wood, when I lightened my backpack. Yeah, in the early days I thought I needed everything in the kitchen sink. But now I take a knife, a lighter, some toilet paper, 1 for tinder, 2 for... I always bring some water, a water filter in case I run out of water and need water bad, and I bring a waterproof jacket.
Bear mace.
Bear mace, really good knife, and I like to have a headlamp with fresh batteries in case we get stuck out after dark or overnight. And a compass. And of course we bring a couple of snacks or a lunch. I used to pack a casting kit or 2 everywhere. And a casting kit, you need 5 pounds of casting kit and 2.5 pounds of water. And so we've cast so many tracks, and I've just decided, you know, if it's not within walking distance of the vehicle, it's not worth wasting my lower back over it. So that got rid of 7.5 pounds right there. We've also decided that sometimes when we cast a Bigfoot track, we're hot on that Bigfoot's heels. And now we take an hour or 2 break where we find a good track to sit and cast it and everything. And our goal is to get good open footage of the creature, and spending 2 hours at one of its tracks ain't gonna do it more than likely. So we'd rather keep tracking the creature now, take some photographs, film it a little bit, some measurements. And of course, I've been a couple miles in and have found some really great tracks. And then we'll go back to the vehicle after we're done.
Look at that mine just hanging off the side of the cliff.
Oh my gosh.
When you turn,
those guys are crazy that climb up there and mine that stuff.
When you get up there and the car's turned sideways, take a picture of that.
Alright. I don't know if this dash camera does it justice, but I always wonder when I see those old abandoned mines, you know, is a Bigfoot gonna take up home in the entrance of one of those? It sucks taking it through the window. The camera wants to focus on the windshield.
No, I mean the car going like this.
Oh, here, I'll get it for you. Do you want me to film it or photo it?
Just photo it, just so they know what it looks like. You can slip it in. Oh, there's a yellow belly. There's 2 of them. Well, they're pretty. They're like a shiny gold color.
Yeah, whatever's going on this time of year, they look good. Gosh, this 30-mile long dirt road's been beating me up. I feel it.
Yeah, and we're only halfway done. Either way, if we turned around, it's 6s, so...
Yeah, I want to take my chances this way. I don't want to go over that narrow pass again. That was no bueno. A lot of tree destruction here. They must have had an avalanche that come down and just snap these trees.
Yeah, they're not cut.
No, they've been snapped. I think
They've been ripped off.
I think an avalanche come down and decimated this spot.
It's nuts.
This is what it looks like to me.
I was like, why did they cut these trees? And then you look at the edges, and they're not cut.
They're either snapped or uprooted.
Yep.
I'm calling it a force of nature. Holy crap.
Yep.
This road just keeps getting worse. Jenny and I, last August, we were Bigfooting at the mouth of the Rogue River in Oregon, and we were up on the mountain ridges and stuff up there, and we got 2 flat tires at the same time. Lucky us.
Yeah, that sucked.
I had a Fix-A-Flat. I used the Fix-A-Flat on one tire, and we changed the other one out. Well, I didn't know it at the time. I didn't know it until I got the tires fixed. The one I decided to put the Fix-A-Flat on was the one that they couldn't fix. It had too big of a puncture in it, and they showed me a little rock inside that punctured through and stayed inside the tire. Even using that Fix-A-Flat, the tire kept going flat about every 15 minutes. I keep a compressor in my roadside emergency kit, and every 15 minutes Jenny and I had to pull over, pump up that tire, and we had to do that until we got all the way back to town. And then when we got back to town, it was too late and all the service stations were closed, so we had to do that all the way back to base camp and then get it done the next morning. But yeah, they fixed one, and the other one I had to buy a new tire.
Wow, we are really we're on top of that mountain that we can see from clear across, like
80 miles back.
80 miles away.
I hope we don't have to go over another crazy pass. Oh no. I think we have to go to the right. American Basin and Cinnamon Pass.
Four-wheel drive recommended. Four-wheel drive recommended in both directions beyond this point.
Well, we're in four-wheel drive.
Which way do we go?
11 miles from here.
Drive 2.1 miles on County Road 30.
She thinks we need to go to the right. Not want to go over another crazy pass, but if that's the way, should I drive down there a little ways?
Well, where's American Basin?
I don't know.
Does it go anywhere?
I don't know what American Basin is.
Let me look at the map.
Okay. I was under the impression where we're going to have to drive over Cinnamon Pass.
Me too.
To get to Silverton anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you there's a really good chance either way gets us to or near Silverton.
Okay, we came up the 49. Here's Blue Mesa.
Right.
We came up the 149 into Lake City.
We're probably on this dotted line right here.
Oh no, we went this way.
Oh.
So we don't have a map that...
We don't have a map that shows these off-roads.
Mm-mm. But I think we need to be on Cinnamon.
Me too. We'll go up. Hell is this? This is not fun. Oh my. I wonder if American Basin.
I bet the pass just goes right there.
Okay. I just do not like these one lane.
Yeah, there's nowhere else for it to go but to go between those two mountains right there. And, yeah.
probably the only time I will ever do this. Only takes once. And I'm like, yeah, don't go that way. F that.
You could get to Silverton on the paved road. P.S.
I've already been back there. I've already done that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that made me pucker.
Yeah.
At least there's some trees to catch us if we go off the road now. Yep, I definitely do not have the nerves my grandpa had to do the job he did. Carving those roads. I don't even like going on them after they're done. What kind of new hell is this? No wonder why people on side-by-sides look at us like we're nuts.
I know they did. I was like, why are you looking at us like that?
Because you're nuts. Yeah, Jenny and I were Bigfooting in Idaho about a dozen years ago. And we got off on this four-wheeler road. And by the time we got off on it, there was no turning around. We were just SOL stuck on it. And I was having, at points, I had to get out of the car and tell Jenny where to put the tires. It was an old Saturn View. And I had to tell her exactly where to put her tires so we wouldn't go off the road or get high centered, all that. It was so scary. We get halfway down it, and these people come up behind us in four-wheelers. And we got to a part where they could barely squeeze past us, and the very last one was this like 15-year-old kid, and he comes up to Jenny's driver's side window and he's like, "Hey lady, you know you're on a four-wheeler trail, right?" Jenny's like, "Yeah, we realized that." And he's like, "If I was you, I would turn around." And I was like, "Okay, where do we turn around at?"
Yeah,
And
I just gave him this stupid look like, "Excuse me, son, but where do, perchance, would we, I mean, I guess we could fly up into the air and make a 180. Oh my God."
And so he looks up and down the four-wheeler trail and he goes, "Oh, yeah, you're just going to have to keep going, huh?" And we're like, "Yup." We got too far down. It wasn't clearly marked.
Stop.
It wasn't clearly marked, so yeah, we were committed once we got to a certain point.
Okay.
This, however, did have a sign that said four-wheel drive recommended.
We had four-wheel drive.
Yep. And here's the recommended speed that I haven't even come close to. I haven't even gone over 10 miles an hour this whole drive. The dash cam makes it look like we're going faster. It's deceiving. But we've just been crawling over this. This just gets worse and worse.
No, there's a river down the middle of the road.
Yeah, not only is it the craps, it's wet now. And I'm just unsure what's the best path to take, but it's working. I'm sure glad we're not in the other vehicle.
No. We would have had to turn around. For sakes. Alright.
This is not fun.
Will you hand me my phone? I want a picture of that.
Gosh, the air is thin. I want to see how high we are getting up there. We're just shy of 12,000 feet. Cold here.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful. I can see 1, 2 more switchbacks just right here in front of us.
I think that's first gear stuff. It's BS. Oh my gosh. If I had any inclination the road was like this wouldn't happen. I really want to find Bigfoot, but not this bad. Not roll down the mountain bad. Supposed to go
Left.
This is bull. I should recommend cars don't come up here.
Whee! Oh, there's, it goes over right there.
Oh my gosh. No wonder why they were looking at us like we're nuts.
If we hit snow, I'll be so pissed off.
Yeah, we very well could. We could hit a spot where we need to turn around on this one. I can see that happening.
Mm-hmm.
What type of fresh hell is this? This looks like I have to do a 3-point turn.
You're gonna have to.
What the? I'm just not having fun at all. This is scary. We should actually talk to those people.
I was just thinking that. Yeah. Now we're up in the glacier.
We're up at the snow level, which is making me nervous. I don't want to see that on the road. Well, if Bigfoot's a ridge walker, this was where he'll be. Him and the Yeti hanging out in the snow. Yeah, that side looks more inviting.
It's an adventure.
I'm gonna sleep good tonight. These adrenaline rushes are gonna wear me out.
Oh.
Not to mention the couple of hikes we went on.
Yeah. It's definitely not beer 30 up here.
Oh, it's shit 30. I've been crapping my pants for like the last 10 miles.
Oh, God. Oh, look.
I'd rather come face to face with Bigfoot than have to drive this road any day. Oh God, is that? No, it's clear. I was like, is that straight snow up there?
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, man. Yeah, we could just crawl up that hill right there and be standing on top of the mountain.
Yeah, on the top.
On the top.
I want to zoom in with the camera. I want to make sure that that road's free of ice. Well, I know that we can
Turn
turn around here. I want to make sure that that's clear before I drive up to it.
Looks plowed to me.
Who the hell's job is it to come up here and plow that? It looks like it's been cleared.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not jealous. I don't want that guy's job.
Mm-mm.
Job security. I'm sure there's not very many people that I'm willing to do
Did
that.
you take a picture of this valley?
No, I'll take one.
Just say, there's the basin. There's the top of the mountain. I feel like I'm going to get a nosebleed.
Well, I'm glad we're filming a round table drive because I'm never going to drive this again. And I don't want to be a passenger either. Even in the best of conditions, this is just not my style. I like less steep and a little bit wider.
I never got the whole nosebleed thing until like right now.
Oh, so high up your nose bleeding?
Yeah, it feels like my head's going to explode.
Yeah, the air is thin. We're 12,000 feet. I start getting short of breath around the 8,000 foot level. And I have to hike at a real slow pace. Take a few steps, take a few breaths, take a few steps, take a few breaths. When we start getting 10, 11,000 feet. Yeah, when I know that we're hiking 10,000 feet and above, I bring portable oxygen. Those disposable oxygen containers.
Can you hold on? Can you stop right here?
Yeah.
People at work are not going to believe me unless I take a picture of this.
Peaks we're looking at are like 13,000. Ugh, I don't believe it. I should know better. I hope all this is passable.
That is just beautiful. All this, the sun is now shining off of that snow.
Yeah, I'll bet you some of this snow never melts. Of course, we're up high enough it can snow any month of the year and add to it. It really bothers me when the car is leaning in the direction of certain death. Okay, this is scary looking.
It'll be okay. It's so rocky.
Yeah, just as long as we don't have to drive over ice and snow. I'm still not okay with it, but we're doing it. I'm not okay. Yeah, this was obviously plowed at some point.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Crazy pants.
It is.
I hope you get paid well for your job. Because they can't pay me enough to come up here to plow. A little slower. Yeah. Nope. No amount of money would get me up here in a plow truck. Or however they do it. I sure hope this is the top. I don't feel very well. That would just be the worst if we can't get over the top and have to turn around and redo all this the opposite direction.
I know.
Look, you're on top of a mountain and there's a pipe. A water pipe. Some dedicated miner.
I'd start struggling here.
Yeah. I agree. Okay, I've been really focused on the road, so I hope the viewers are watching for Bigfoot.
Yeah, there could have been a giant purple panhandle on the side of the road and I wouldn't have seen it.
Yep, we're above the tree line, by the way. We got above the trees today. I think part of my headache is lack of oxygen and the adrenaline boosts.
It's probably stress.
Yeah. That's the adrenaline boost.
That is an amazing photo. I'm on top of the world.
Oh.
When we get up to this spot, stop so I can take a picture.
I will. All right. Where do you want to be?
Mm-hmm.
And we keep going up.
I just think we keep being at the top. No, we're not. I think those Subarus came from that picnic party that we saw.
There's got to be an easier way to get in there. That one basin that we decided not to go through.
No, I just think those cars were up at that picnic party.
Oh my gosh, look at this. Oh.
In 0.1 miles, turn right on Aldium 5.
Oh really? There's an intersection up here? I doubt that. Just a real sharp turn. I really don't.
Oh, look at Marmoset.
Uh-huh.
Turn right on Aldium 5.
I think this might be the top.
I think this is the top. There's nowhere else to go. Stop.
Okay. Okay, we're at 12,600 feet.
They ran away from me. Yep. Here's the downhill.
Okay, the Cinnamon Pass sign
2.2 miles on Aldium 5.
says the official elevation is 12,640 feet where we're sitting now. It is freezing up here. I just need a break. I want to check my shorts. Kidding.
Well, I'm glad we did it.
Yep. I don't think I'll ever do it again though. Bigfoot's not here today. He's gonna be safe from now on. At least here.
Speed limit. Oh, okay.
I'm doing 7. And that's kind of fast. Alright, I'm just gonna crawl. Yeah, we probably have a couple thousand feet to get back down to the tree line.
Yeah, the only thing that grows up here is this scrubby grass and some weird moss. And there might be a bear den over there.
Yep, and if you can catch a marmoset, there is potential food protein up here.
You hold still for a minute.
Yep. I feel like I've been on a bucking bull all day.
Uh-huh. How long does this have a record
Like 8 hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it'll get the whole drive. I'm hoping the part of the drive that we recorded only lasts an hour or so.
Huh?
When we put this out, I hope it's
Oh.
only an hour long or less.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I try to cut them down to that for people. I think any longer than that, watching us drive and listen to us gab, just too long. It's 30 degrees cooler up here than it is in the valley. That's how much the temperature dropped since we started this. That pass was worse than the first one.
Yeah.
It's such a blessing we didn't run into another vehicle coming the opposite way.
Uh-huh.
That's one of the reasons why I'll never do it again. It's bad enough not having to figure out how to get past someone. I am willing to come in from either side at the base of these passes though. I just don't want to do the pass. Even in a side-by-side, holy crap.
Yeah, the most personal, safe way I would feel, which is probably not the most safest, but on a four-wheeler, because it's really thin, it's got four wheels, and I feel like, you know, you can just kind of jump off.
Yeah.
And you can get by other cars.
So many marmosets above the tree line here.
I know.
Look at him, he is chubby.
Chubby.
He's eating well, whatever he eats. Look, there's 3 of them in the road. 2 little ones and
Aww.
dark one. Hey, we timed that right.
Yeah, we sure did. I am glad we're not on the switchbacks with that car.
Me too.
Just stop.
I am. Yeah.
There's one there.
He's waving at it. Oh.
Have fun over there.
Yeah. It's fun till you get to that pass. Alright, it's getting really rough here. I'm gonna gear down some more.
I'm surprised you haven't used your Fandangle stuff.
My what?
Oh, your Fandanglement right there.
Oh, in first gear, in 4 low how we are,
Mm-hmm.
it won't let me go over 5 miles an hour, so I don't
Gotcha.
need to use that stuff. Yeah, right now it's locked in at 4 miles an hour. Oh, it just went up to the max. It's not supposed to let me go over 5. And then in second gear, it lets me go up to 10 without touching the gas. I wonder what they like in the road. He don't move very fast, he's so chubby. Oh, he's got a big old den right there.
Mm-hmm.
I know the bears will dig for them. Especially the grizzlies.
No, I've been looking for bears, I just haven't seen one.
Yeah, Jenny and I, when we were at the Dirt Road Bald Mountain Pass last year, we filmed a black bear up at the top of that pass that was up there foraging.
Where's that at?
California,
Oh.
Northern California.
What's the name?
That was during all those fires and stuff too. Well, I don't know if there was fires there, but there was smoke. There was a lot of fires in the Pacific Northwest at that point in time. It was last August. I know Jenny goes to work and tells everybody at work, yeah, we saw black bear, blah, 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 and they don't believe her, so Jenny's like, will you email me that video?
I know.
Because they don't believe her. Now, that's just one of the side effects of looking for Bigfoot. You see bears and trophy elk and moose. And yep, we see grizzlies once in a while, black bears more often. We even run into mountain lions sometimes.
Coyotes. People don't. There's people at work who don't believe I see coyotes. I'm like,
Jenny saw one yesterday. It was like 2011 that we observed that wolf pacing around back and forth in front of us for about a minute and a half. I was in denial that it was a wolf, and I finally, after observing it that long, had to accept the fact that that's what it was. I just kept on thinking, oh no, that's a big coyote with big legs, or tall legs, and twice as long as a coyote. Yeah, we saw the eye shine of it coming out of the forest at first, and the eye shine was so high off the ground that I thought it was an adult deer, and then it come out into the clearing, into the spotlight, and it was a wolf. Yeah, I scream at Jenny, "Get in the car, there's a wolf!" Because she was outside of the car, so she hurries and jumps in, and when it heard me yell, it quit running towards us. It was running right towards the headlights, the car, and everything, and that's when it started pacing back and forth trying to decide what its next move was, and that's when we just sat there and observed it in the headlights. And then after about a minute and a half pacing back and forth, sniffing around, it decided to leave and went into the woods. Jenny, there's a wolf out there.
I know, it didn't take me long to get back in the car.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't have an infrared camera or even a dash camera in 2011, and I had a handheld camera, and I tried filming it and taking pictures of it in the headlights, and none of that worked out. So it's just a story. You guys are gonna have to believe me. Yeah, I went home and started researching wolves in the area. The University of Utah was conducting a study of a pack of wolves that was 10 to 12 members large, that used that area, the top of Monte Cristo, and they would go down into Hardware Ranch. It's big time elk area. So I confirmed that a university says there's wolves in that area. Yeah, when I saw that wolf come running out of the woods our direction, you know, I was thinking of the pack, and I'm like, well, where's the rest of them? And then I'm like, oh my gosh, Jenny's out there. Oh, I think that wolf come running out of the woods our direction because it smelt Jenny. I think that's why he was aggressively running our direction.
Oh, look, take a picture over there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a map and look at it and see actually where we were today. Because this was just a fly-by-night type of, hey, let's hit this road.
Yeah, our agenda today was to drive around a few sighting locations, and if we could find a good back road place to get into. And then we found this dirt road pass into Silverton that was 30 miles long, and we know the Silverton area and surrounding area is a Bigfoot sighting hotspot, so we decided to take it.
Yeah, we were kind of headed somewhere else today until we saw this turnoff.
I'm a sucker for a good dirt road drive. Oh, there's the ghost town. We're in the right spot.
We are. We just made it over there, and in the last car we were in, we just couldn't get up this hill because it was too hard.
If you guys can see down below us, up straight ahead, that is Animus.
Take a picture of his little face.
Oh, I didn't see him. He's behind my mirror. He's staring at us. Okay, this Animus Forks ghost town, they keep it maintained. Glass in the windows and maintain the roofs so they don't dilapidate into nothing. So that's cool. They upkeep it. Okay, it was driving up this pass. They got up above it, coming our direction, and they stopped somewhere so the mom and daughter could go off into the trees and go to the bathroom, go pee. And they went up into the trees, and that's when they come face to face with the Sasquatch.
It was right here.
Yeah, so it was somewhere, we're close to the spot. We're probably within 100 yards of where they had their sighting.
Because they said they had just passed this ghost town.
Yes. So somewhere between here and the ghost town was their sighting.
Yay!
Yeah, I was hoping that it would bring us in that way. That was the sighting report that got us into Silverton the first time.
Yep, and we were able to make it up here, but now we have.
The vehicle we had at that point in time, it didn't have the clearance that we did not feel comfortable coming up above the ghost town like this.
Yeah, we kept scraping.
Yeah. Had four-wheel drive, just didn't have the clearance that this has. There is not much tree cover. Here, I want a picture of this ghost town from up above. That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, this is an old mining ghost town, and I really like the fact that they keep the history of it alive by not letting these buildings deteriorate. I mean, they're worn. They have lots of patina. That was 30 miles of hell. I am going to end the dirt road roundtable drive when we get down to that ghost town, though.
Okay.
I think those who watched the whole video, this is long enough. But if we capture anything cool on the dash camera the rest of the way out of here to Silverton, which is about 10 more miles, we'll put it at the end of this video for you all. I see more and more opportunities for a place to hide in the trees. Yeah, I can really see what caused that encounter. That Bigfoot's hiding from them in a tiny thicket of trees, and then they walked right into the very place it's hiding. It was like almost unavoidable. I could hear you puckering.
My rib cage is just sore.
My whole body's sore. This drive's beat me up. Oh, another photo from this angle.
That house is cool with that round porch on the front of it.
That's probably the mining boss's house. It's the fanciest and biggest.
Take a picture up that way too at the old mill.
I'm trying to get it all in the... Oh, up there. Okay. Someone on a four-wheeler just hauling their motorcycles. There's also mine tailings over there.
I think this is the shittiest part right here.
Here's another part of the loop right there that I have no desire to go on.
I'm not excited about this part right here.
I'll take it.
Just don't get too close to that edge.
Well, I also don't want to be tipping that way. That rock has a big old vein of quartz in it.
What'd she say?
I'm not listening to her.
Well, did we go that way, right?
Yes, we don't want to go that way. That's another pass that goes around that Silverton mountain. We've actually been where that leads to a better way. So anyway, her sighting happened really close to where we're at. May in fact be looking at a clump of trees up in front of us where it actually happened. Yeah, I might have to make a 3-point turn here. Yep.
Yes, please.
There's no getting around it. Oh, more trees up here. This is actually thicker. This makes more sense. I'll wager this is where it happened, right up here.
Drive 12 miles on down here Route 2.
It's 12 miles to Silverton from here, from the ghost town.
Okay.
Woo! I actually have to pee myself. I'm just gonna go in these trees up here and see if I can recreate. Oh my gosh, this is a rough ride. This is a nice clump of trees in a flat spot. This may be where it happened. Because they said that they weren't very far coming up this from the ghost town. I saw that the road winds around below this clump of trees, so this may be the spot.
There's some people camping right there. You're camping with Bigfoot. Right up here is where we got the picture of that crazy little bird that was all puffed up and going.
Oh, a grouse.
Yeah, strutting everywhere.
Yeah, he was showing off. Oh, okay. We take a right and go down to Silverton.
No, Animus, and we go straight and we go to Silverton.
Okay, so we're not actually going to go down to that ghost town this time. So that direction, about 12 miles is Silverton, and it's dirt road pretty much 99% of the way. I hope you guys enjoyed this Bigfoot roundtable drive. If you guys seen anything that looks like Bigfoot on the sides of the roads in the forest, please let us know. Tell us the timestamp. You guys get to see the larger part of a Bigfoot sighting area. Keep on watching. We're going to keep on squatching.